Welcome to another episode of Country Fixing, and today we're fixing to put together a desk. It'll be this little desk right here. Got it for my daughter for Christmas, early Christmas present. So we're gonna put it together today. If I can get this tripod to cooperate. Looks. There we go. I don't know what tools we're gonna need yet. Probably a screwdriver and drill. Says we're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver and a hammer. So guess I'll go get a hammer right fast. Got a screwdriver already. Screwdriver, little baby hammer. Hold on a limb, you'll lose them. And I like to lay the pieces out so that you can see what you got and where it's at. More of the little thingies. Bag for all of the hardware that it says you're gonna need. We're gonna try not to have any extra stuff left over. If there's any pieces that look the same, you can stack them together, because you know they're pretty much the same. Just if they got a letter on them, it's a little different. Like this one says Alpha, A for Alpha on the side. This one says B for Bravo. They're the same other than that. This one here ain't the same as none of those, but it's got a C for Charlie, so I don't know. We read through the instructions a little bit, see what it says to start with. Says we're gonna need a Charlie, what? Alpha Bravo Charlie. It's a Delta Echo 2 golfs, so there'll be these, hotel, which is that one, and that's everything. And it says all the little pieces that you're gonna need. It says there's some of these little felt things in there, but I didn't see them. Maybe in this baggie, or they around somewhere. And step 1, locate the alpha board. Slide your back a little. It says to locate the alpha board. We got to open all the little baggies of stuff we got here. I don't think there's an easy way to do it. What we need these things first. You always got to use a Phillips head screwdriver to rip stuff open, but you can. Sometimes, if you got a clean place to work in, it's best to just take all the stuff and lay it out. You got to though, just sometimes. Be careful because some of the screws and little attachments is real small. Don't lose them. But then you got to figure out how to do it on your own. Or go buy more stuff. You don't have to do that. Bunch of little bitty nails. I guess that's to put the backing on. Put a lot of stuff together and never used all them little nails. Stuff still holding together. Okay, them little felt pieces that it was talking about, there they are. They're hiding in there behind the handle. This is the hinges for the little door on it. Don't make too big of a mess, because you don't want to make your wife mad, now do you? That's one of them things to do, to not make your wife mad. Alright, now that we got everything laid out, we got the tools we need, I'll take y'all back over here to where I'm going to be doing it at. I think I need to take y'all up a little. There we go. Alright, first thing it says we need on board alpha is one of these little majiggers here, and this little majigger. Then we need the little wooden peg right there. It's gonna go in to this alpha piece. Says take 2 of these, put in these holes, and you're gonna want to have a little opening right there toward the top. So when you start to twist it, it works like this. It's got it in it, and you stick this in, and you twist it, and it grabs it and pulls it down tight. So you want a little opening, because this here is ultimately gonna go in there. So you want to put the opening to the top. Most of the time, if you look, it's got a longer little section toward the top right here. It looks like it sticks up further. That way you know which direction it'll be facing. I'm gonna take this little wood peg, tap it in just a little bit. It says assemble your unit or create floor or empty carton to avoid scratching and all that, so we ain't gotta worry about scratching the floor. Alright, did that. Now we'll go to the next page. Over the instructions, which means we get C. There's a big piece over there. And they got C with the holes facing up. So we're gonna get holes facing up. If you got a table to move around on, it's probably easier, but yeah. You're gonna be joining C and A. We need to get our 2 little majiggers, because that's what's gonna join them. I'll take these here and tap down into the C board. Make sure the rough cut back that don't have no pretty finish on it is facing the other rough cut back here. Snaps together pretty good. Then you're gonna take your Phillips head screwdriver. Go, Suki, go. And try to tighten them little pieces in there. Once I got that one up, I'll show y'all better next time. And then it says to get the E board, which is this pretty board. You're gonna put the unfinished side facing away from the, if you see it's in here, you got the finished side. You're gonna put the finished side facing out. When you get done, you can peel all these things. You can peel all these stickers off. Suki, go now, baby girl.
Come here. Go lay down. No, you can't. No, go lay down. Hey, baby. Why don't you go and move her back out a little?
Suki, come on, girl. Come on, Suki.
Yeah.
Come on, Suki. Lay down, sweetie. To join this piece, it says you need these 2 screws, which are Phillips head. And this is like particle board, so you don't want to strip anything out. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. So like if you got a drill, I'd put it where it don't have a lot of torque. You ain't gotta have a drill, but makes it a little bit easier. You can use a screwdriver. It takes a little longer. Okay, you need a little more bump to it. There we go. In the end, all these screw holes, it's got these little stickers. This is what you're gonna put over it so it don't show all those screws. Alright. That was this step here. So we're gonna turn the page. And we're gonna get a delta board and then put the pieces inside once we find the delta board. Delta board. We're putting these things, these little majiggers with that top arrow thing toward the gap, facing up. It says to go ahead, you can go ahead and put these in and tighten them down. The way you do that, if you make sure it's facing up, then this here will slide on down in there. And you do that, and see it makes it pull that little anchor apart, and it'll tighten down in the next board once you put it in there. So you can tighten it a little bit, but not to where it's making the anchor mushroom out. And then once you do that, make sure you got the finish side, this pretty side, out, and the back side toward the back. Line up the holes. I think this in here is already expanded a little bit. Just take and loosen it up. And slide down in there. And you take and get your screwdriver in it and tighten it up. That ain't something you want to use a drill on because you can over tighten it real easy. And then you get, says you get 2 more of these, and they're gonna go in the holes right here. You get the drill on this one, you just gotta make sure the holes are lined up right. I recommend starting with your hands ahead of time, because if not, it's easy to go in the wrong place. Alright, got that part done. Then we'll go to the next step, which will be locate the 2 golf boards, or 2 G boards. And it says we're going to need the long screws again to do it, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. of the long screws. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. With the 2 G boards. Get you right here. And so this is the rough cut side. So you don't want this white side, which is the finished side, to be facing the same as that. So you're gonna take this, put it toward the front. And this is the top, so you gotta have it facing like this. And it says there's gonna be one of these 2 holes. So this shelf will go here, and this shelf will go here. So if you can, run the screws through. Line the holes up. See there, I was fixing to mess up. Got this facing the wrong way. Line the holes up. Take your handy dandy driller device. Don't tighten it all the way because you can over tighten it if you ain't got both of them at the same depth. There we go. That shelf's on. Find the other golf board, which is this one. Finished side facing the finished side. Get your other 2 screws. Line it up with your hands. Oops, slip loose a little. Alright, them shelves is on. So then we gotta get the Bravo board, which is B for Bravo. You make sure the finish side is facing the other way. Rough cut side facing this way. Finish side facing that way. Then look back at the picture, make sure we're doing it right. Got to get 2 more of these majiggers. 2 more of them, 2 more of them. Find your big holes, put them in it with the arrow part facing up. And stick these down in there with the silver part facing down. Tighten it just a little bit so it holds it in there, but we don't expand the anchor. Slide it down in. And it don't really say whether you put these screws in here first or you tighten these first. I guess it's whichever you got in hand at the moment. And for me, I'm gonna go ahead and put these screws in there, because I know them holes are lined up. If you got holes lined up, I'd say go ahead and do the stuff that needs help before stuff that's already okay. And most of the time it's easier if you start at the lower part because it's closer right here than this part. And for this, I would line up as many as you can ahead of time. Or not as so much ahead of time. Just like get them in the holes good, and then put these on in. And if you want to see, where is it at? There it is. There's a little hole right in there. And you're going to take and make sure it lines up in it. And screw it with your hand to tighten it up. Because if you start off screwing it hard with the drill, it can strip this type wood out real easy. This tripod ain't want to cooperate with me. You can start them a little with the drill up top. But then I'd go to the bottom and you want to try to walk your way up. So you tighten the bottom ones and then the top ones. Try not to strip the screws out, so you got to put a little bit of pressure on it. There we go. And then you got the makings of a desk. She's coming together good, coming together. And then can't forget to go in here and tighten these up. Alright, you got but a couple pieces left. That was the Bravo board. We just put up on the side of here. So we went ahead and did that. Did them screws, put in there. Now it's saying we need to lay the desk on its front side. Then we're gonna put the H board, hotel board on. So next you'll find you got an H on it, but it's basing off of what that says right there. The way it looks, that should be our board. And you want the finished side to face the front, which would be, the front is laying on the floor, so you're gonna do it that way. You want these little screws, or nails, sorry. If you look, they got nail holes already set for you. You just gotta line the wood up along the side, evenly the whole way. You don't want it sticking off the outside, that's gonna be the most visible. So you want it as flush as possible with this, and you're gonna wind up putting a nail in each of these little holes in here, tapping them in with a hammer. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 nails. I'm just gonna grab a whole handful. Most of the time they give you extra on the nails because they're so easy and easy to lose. But don't count on it. And I like to get like a top one in right here. And just figure out a way you want to go. Walking them down that way, walking them across, walking them down. But if you go here to there, or there to there, you can make like a wrinkle in the board, and it'll always have a bow in it unless you take the nails back out and put it back in. So make sure you got it in there and it's all lined up. Seems good there, seems good here. First nail in, and I'm just going to walk my way down this side to make sure this is good the whole time, because this is the most visible side. They don't take a lot of pressure. As you can see, this is a little baby hammer we got for hanging pictures. Ain't meant for nothing big. And if you lose one of these little nails on the floor, make sure you find it, because if it goes in a vacuum cleaner, it can mess it up. If it goes in your foot, you're going to be messed up. And these here are stronger than a thumbtack. And a lot bigger. Okay, so I got the whole top side and the whole bottom side done. Now I'm going to just walk my way down that, and I'll do these bottom nails last. Keep the nail straight up and down, because if you don't, it can come out the inside of the wood. And then that can create little burrs in the wood, splinters or something. Somebody will get their hand or something snagged on it or hurt. As I said, it looks like we're going to have a few extra nails. We got 2 extras so far. Unless they find somewhere else for them to go. Alright, so we did the H, which is the backing of the little shelves with the nails. Then it's wanting us to get the F board, which is I call Foxtrot, and we're going to assemble the hinges on it. I'll try to make it where y'all can see that better, because it's a little more tricky. As y'all can see, the instructions say we need to get these pieces, and we're going to go start assembling stuff in these holes here. We got the little screws, which is these little bitty screws right here that we're going to be using. And it should be, just looking at it, they're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Yeah, okay. Keep the instructions where you can see them, just for verification. And I ain't no rocket scientist, like I said before, but I know the little circle looking part, you're gonna go in the circle part. That's what it shows on there. And you're gonna do the same thing over here. This is pretty easy. I mean, you got 4 little screws that come with it and 4 holes for that. So I'm gonna use the drill to put it in. It's easy to line up. I mean, the holes is lined up pretty good. As you can see, you got that hole and that hole. Looks sort of like a circle. That side's already got screws in it, so you know it probably ain't gonna go there. And there, line them holes up pretty good. We'll put it in there. And if you can start them with your hand, start them with a screwdriver. Whatever you want to do. It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay, so I ain't gonna work with one hand. We're gonna start them with a screwdriver. Now I would start them, but don't get them tight until you get both of them in at a time. And the screwdriver is magnetic. Now go down here to this one. You're gonna do the same. My old buddy Swagger just laying there sleeping. Wish all I had to do was sleep. Sleep, eat, play around, sleep, eat, play around, sleep, eat, play around. And I wouldn't tighten them down all the way because sometimes whenever you put a hinge on it, it needs adjusting. So I would leave it like it is and adjust it or tighten them up once you get them on the actual piece. So we're gonna go back to the desk. And the door is gonna mount down at this bottom part here. Yeah, you can see me. It's gonna mount down here. And it says we need, let's get the instructions. Oh, it wants us to go ahead and, it told us to put the hinges onto there with them 4 screws. And now, once we got that, it wants us to go ahead and mount the handle, which is this part right here. It wants us to mount the handle on the door, or no, wait. They skipped the whole step in the instructions. That's what this is. Going ahead and mounting the door in there, and then we put the handle on. And it's got the screws already there for that. Get y'all closer so you can see what's going on. Get good enough on YouTube, get me one of them there cameramen. Somebody follow me with a camera. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You got 4 holes. You got screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just gonna make sure you line them up. I would line them up with tighten them with the screwdriver first. And then once you get done and you make sure it's lined up and all, then you can go back and hit it with the drill. If you got a drill, you gotta have a drill. And for this project, you probably don't need this long of a screwdriver either. There's always one wants to be a butt. I don't want to line up. And it ain't pretty yet, but it's on.
Good job, babe.
You take these screws, and you put this on. We'll send it through, line up in the hole, and tighten it up. And all the stuff I do, which ain't a whole bunch, I wouldn't be able to do without my wonderful wife. Always telling me I do such a good job. Even when I don't do such a good job, she still reassures me the positive behind what I did do right. Yeah. Positive reinforcement. Alright, so it's on, we got the handle on. Now you want to go back and do your fine adjustments and tightening down. These are little screws, so don't over tighten them. They can strip out real easy. Like I say, I ain't no professional. I just do stuff on my own. If I mess it up, that's just that much more I gotta fix. And there it is. There's that part. I don't think we got much left to do other than put the stickers on. Yep. We did this. And there's an adjustment screw that's right in here. You can, I don't know if y'all can see it. We're gonna do this. Take y'all over here. There's an adjustment screw right here. You can adjust if the door don't line up right. We ain't gotta do that though. So that there looks pretty straight. Okay, we did this part. Now it's saying get them little paper tabs, and you're gonna cover up all the screws as visible. And it didn't say where to put the little felt pieces, so I'm assuming right there, even though it doesn't say it, it says the cover screws, you know, but the little felt piece is gonna go at the corners of the door here. So get them little pieces of paper. You can cover up all this up in here. You can't see that. All the little holes up in there. Cover them. All the screw holes here. Screw holes there. But that is the finished product. Take off all the stickers and all. And that'll be it. So thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Country Fixin'. Y'all have a good night and Merry Christmas.